Welcome to This Week from Blue Mountain Broadcasting. I'm your host, Lynelle Ellis, the president of Blue Mountain Broadcasting Association, and I'm very glad that you've tuned into our show today. I'm going to be interviewing two of the members of Rejoice Trio, Eliana Kearns and Hannah Schafer. Really looking forward to interviewing them about their new album coming out very, very soon. But let's start now with our devotional thought. At home, we are reading through the book of Nehemiah. Now, Nehemiah is a little ways into the Bible, and as you've probably already heard, our family is spending some time reading through the Bible just in the order that it comes in the Bible, not necessarily in chronological order, but we have made it to the book of Nehemiah. And you might say, wow, you've all been working on this a long time, and we're kind of feeling like that too, because we usually read together at breakfast. And sometimes, especially in the summer, we're not all having breakfast at the same time, depending on everybody's different work schedules and what's going on. So as often as we can, we keep making our way through, sometimes in very short segments. But here we are in the book of Nehemiah, and I'm finding it so much more interesting than I ever have before. And maybe it's because instead of reading it to myself, I'm reading it out loud to our family, and that's just having a bigger impact on me. The style of the book of Nehemiah is really occurring to me. And I'm becoming very impressed with the character of Nehemiah himself. He's a faithful, loyal, honest, sincere, earnest, humble, regular guy who, with God's intervention, makes something incredible happen. And in case you aren't familiar with his story, Nehemiah lives and serves King Artaxerxes, lives at the time of King Artaxerxes and serves the king in Persia after the time of Israel's captivity. And he's sent, at his request, to Jerusalem to help the remnant people there who have returned to Jerusalem to rebuild the city wall. And maybe one of the reasons why I'm finding Nehemiah so fun to read is that his writing style seems to be quite different from other biblical authors. In fact, scholars believe that the book of Nehemiah likely comes primarily from Nehemiah's personal journey. And I believe it. He writes like a regular person, and he includes some quirky and funny little details in his writing. Like this one from Nehemiah 2:11 through 14. So I came to Jerusalem and was there 3 days. Then I arose in the night, I and a few men with me. I told no one what my God had put in my heart to do at Jerusalem, nor was there any animal with me except the one on which I rode. And I went out by night through the valley gate to the serpent well and the refuse gate, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem which were broken down, and its gates which were burned with fire. Then I went on to the fountain gate and to the king's pool, but there was no room for the animal under me to pass. You see what I mean about these little details? Why does he tell us that? There was no room for the animal under him to pass. Maybe there was just so much rubble there that he and the animal couldn't get through the gate. And he tells us those little details like, I didn't have any animals with me except for this one that I was riding, and then that detail about going through. Kind of details that we don't often get in other places in the Bible. In chapter 3, Nehemiah lists all the people who are working on the various sections of the wall of Jerusalem. They're working to repair it. And he gives lots of details and lots of names. And then this interesting commentary. This is verse 5 of chapter 3. Next to them, the Toachites made repairs. But their nobles did not put their shoulders to the work of their Lord. Wow! He's making a comment here about the actual work performance of this group of people. Everybody else just listed, and this group worked on this section, and this group worked on this section. But when he gets to the Toachites, he has to make this little comment about them. Apparently, these Toachites did not give their all. And Nehemiah noticed and made mention of it in his journal, which then made it into one of the books of the Bible. And I feel like there's a real lesson here. Whatever we're doing, we should do it well. we should put our shoulder into it, as Nehemiah would say. In fact, this isn't really a new idea at the time of Nehemiah. Solomon writes about this idea in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For there is no work or device or knowledge or wisdom in the grave where you are going. There are gems of wisdom throughout the Bible, of course. And it's fun to find these important truths, like the one we just talked about, tucked away as reminders in the writings of Nehemiah. He's wishing the Toachites would give their whole hearts to the work, that they'll put everything they have into rebuilding their section of the wall. And Nehemiah is the kind of guy who gives his all. His heart is in his work. You know, I want to work for God and his kingdom with the same sincerity and earnestness that Nehemiah did. And that's something to pray for. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining me now are Eliana Kearns and Hannah Schafer, and I am so glad that the two of you are here to share with us about Rejoice Trio.
It's good to be here. It sure is.
And I think we need to know a little bit more. I mean, you're two people. Trio obviously is three. So tell us a little bit about your group.
Well, we're a piano trio, which implies that there's a pianist with us, and so that's my brother, Tobin Kearns, and unfortunately he's not able to be with us today. But Hannah and I are the other two members of the trio, and we play violin, and we just really enjoy making music together.
So 2 violins and a piano.
That's right.
Rejoice Trio. And what kind of music? You enjoy making music, but what kind of music does the trio feature?
So we normally arrange hymns and play hymn arrangements, so that's really fun because we get to be creative and decide how we're going to play the hymn, and if we're going to add another hymn or melodies or different chords. So it's a fun process of creating.
So it's not just playing the music, it sounds like it's arranging it as well,
Mm-hmm.
and deciding whether it's going to be medley or just one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. There's a lot of creativity that we get to involve in the process and collaboration as well, so it's great.
All three of you, I know, are part of that. You know,
Yeah.
how's it going to sound?
It's hard to pinpoint exactly where an arrangement came from because everybody's just, pitching in, and yeah.
It's funny because Tobin will often just kind of play around on the piano just while he's waiting. And Eliana will be like, "Oh, Tobin, I like that." And he's like, "Oh, I don't know what I just did." And then he'll try to recreate it. And it's like, yeah, that's perfect for whatever we're trying to do.
And so we've gotten into the habit of recording our sessions so that we don't have those moments of, what did I just play? But anyway.
Oh, that's interesting. So you can go back and listen and figure it out.
We do that a lot. It's really helpful.
Really good. Now, I know you play a lot of your own arrangements of hymns, but do you sometimes take arrangements that have already been made that you like and
Yeah,
appreciate?
definitely. We especially like David Ritter, and we have a lot of his music and like to play it. And then we found other people too.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you are working on something really special right now, a project that's going to be an album, or maybe is an album at this point.
That's right. We are working on it. Well, yeah, we have put together a CD, and we are so excited because this has been a long time in coming. But it was just wonderful to record, and we are so excited to release it the 31st of July.
It's coming right up.
Yes, yes. You should have seen us when the boxes arrived of CDs. We were just absolutely thrilled.
You have one in your hand,
I
Hannah.
actually do, yes.
Let's see it. All right.
Yes.
Be Still My Soul is the name of your album. Okay, which is one of the hymns that's on it, I would assume.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
And there's a good message just in the name of that hymn as well.
I think especially for the times that we live in, just to be able to recognize that God has everything in control and we can be still. And so, yeah, we have a lot of our favorite hymns. From the beginning, we've taken some and recreated them, and then some new additions. And so, I think it'll be a real blessing to have whoever obtains a CD. So we're just praying that God will use it.
I can't wait to get my own copy. Actually, in fact, I wanted to sort of take that from Hannah, but I won't do that.
We can have a discussion after.
I'll wait till I can wait till Saturday night. So you have the album there. Can you tell us actually which hymns are on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So we have Power Medley, which was arranged by David Ritter. He's the person that we like his arrangements. And As Water to the Thirsty, It Is Well, In the Heart of Jesus, All That Thrills My Soul, And Can It Be Still My Soul, I Surrender All, I Cannot Tell, Be Thou My Vision, and then How Great Thou Art.
Fantastic.
That's right. And How Great Thou Art is one of our favorite so far, and we've actually made a music video of it, which is something that we're excited to be able to share with people as well.
Yes, so I've seen that music video, and it is beautiful. You know, I really have to kind of tell our audience that as someone who teaches people how to make videos, and I have a class where I teach, and one of the assignments is a music video, I've actually asked Tobin, and so now you guys will know as well, I've asked permission to use your video in my class as an example to my students. It's really a neat video. How can people see it?
Well, it's all over our website, so rejoicetrio.com is a good place to go. We also have it on YouTube, on our channel, Rejoice Trio, on Instagram, on IGTV, and on Facebook. So wherever you go, you'll find it.
Lots of places to find it.
Yes.
Very good. Great. So what goes into recording a CD? What was this process like for you?
It was new. No experience at all.
Talk about learning curves. Yes.
So what's the first step? Pick the music, but rehearse the music, be ready to play.
You know, I think we did it a little bit backwards. We started rehearsing before we even had a place or
we didn't have any other option.
That's
honestly.
right. We just started rehearsing in faith, and God really came through.
Where did you record it?
We were so blessed to record at University Church with Dr. Larry Amott, and he was excellent. And we had 2 days of recording, and we got all of the songs done for that. And then, of course, some things that are a little bit less known are the post kind of production as far as sending it off to the printer, securing licenses and copyrights. This was all a new world to us. So,
yeah, the licenses and copyrights. So did one of you work on that, or did you all work on it, or?
It was a collaboration. Hannah came over and we spent some late nights together just researching.
It was
authors
actually
and
really
publishers.
bad. Just so she'd be on like her computer, I'd be on her iPad, and I'd just be Googling, let's see, like all these different music licensing websites to try to figure out the information and then like keep track of it all.
Mm-hmm.
And so this song needs this and this song needs that, and then email someone and then hear back. And it's like, which song is this email from? And it was not the funnest thing.
But you know what? I think it was really worth it
it was
for the moments of collaboration in the studio. I think there's some moments that I will just hug to my heart because, we'd play, a piece, and we took a lot of takes of many of the songs, but there was just this one moment where for the majority of the pieces we'd look at each other and we'd say, we got it, and we'd be so excited. So.
But it would be quiet, and we'd finish the song, and we don't want to break the silence because we don't want to ruin the take. And we look at each other like,
trying to hide our enthusiasm.
I think we could use this one. So.
That's good. And I'm glad you could sort of all agree that, yes, that was a really good one, and not have one person in the group going, no, we have to do it again.
That happened a couple times.
Okay.
But
I wasn't perfect on that one, even if the other two of you were.
Oh, yeah, that was a hard thing, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
The recording process was a little bit unique how we did it because we wanted to preserve this collaboration that we have and this ensemble. And so rather than go into a studio and, record in separate rooms
Yes.
and have, liveness added to the sound afterwards, we wanted to do it in a more natural setting. So all of the songs, except for one, are, beginning to end performances. And so, and then that one, the last, it's just like the little ending, and maybe if you come to the concert and you ask us, we'll divulge the secret of which one that is. But
so one of them had some editing. Putting two takes together, that's what you're saying,
exactly,
basically.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, which is really common. Maybe people don't realize, how much actually recording sessions in the sort of professional recording world, like you're saying, everyone's isolated in their own sound booth, everyone's either instrument or voice or whatever is separate, and multiple takes can be edited together, and it's no wonder that we get so used to this perfect sound on recordings, because it is often more perfect than it could ever be in reality.
It was a lot of pressure because we wanted to sound perfect. We didn't want to have this bad CD,
of course,
but then have these impossible standards to reach. So it was a little pressure, but then I'm happy with how it turned out. It's not obviously perfect.
And it's almost like having a live album then, really, what you're describing, recording it there in the room with the actual sound of the room, very similar to when people would purchase an album that says live on it, and there's always kind of a fun thrill to that as well when you're listening to that music.
Yes.
So.
And Lee Johnson was really instrumental, and he came and he tuned the piano for us ahead of time. He was helping with us with our intonation, and he said, you want to feel like you're right next to the instruments. And so it's true. He put it on, on his stereo in his house, and we sat there, and it sounds like you're surrounded by the instruments. So we're just grateful for how it turned out, and praying it will be a blessing.
Yeah, and the good experts who helped you with it, like
we
Larry.
are so thankful.
Yes,
so
for
thankful.
Sure. So it will be released on the 31st of July, so that's this Saturday night. You're going to have a concert, right, to kind of release it?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Can we come to that? I mean, it's open to everybody?
Do, yeah.
Okay.
Please do. We're not going to turn anybody away. That'll be this coming Sabbath, so July 31st. At 7:30 p.m. at Village Church.
7:30 at Village Church.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So open to everyone. I'm planning to be there. Actually, my family and I are having to do a little traveling to get back from where we're going to be on the weekend to be in time for your concert. But
we appreciate it.
We might be running in at the last second.
We're so honored.
Well, we're so thrilled to come to it. So people can come to the concert. And how do they get a copy of the CD? Besides, I'm sure it'll be available at the end of the concert. But
yes.
Besides that.
I hope to have it up on our website, rejoicetrio.com, and we will be talking to the ABC and some local venues to see if we will be able to sell it there. So, just keep ears peeled as far as I'll be posting updates on the website as far as where it's available.
Okay, so that's the best place to go to either purchase it
Exactly.
there or to find out where you can purchase it at the website.
Yes, rejoicetrio.com.
Rejoicetrio.com. Okay. Well, thank you to both of you for taking time to share this with me. I know our family and probably a lot of people here in our community are really excited about this opportunity to bring your music home and play it on our own devices. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
You.
All right. And thank you for watching. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Time now for Station News. The fair is coming September 1 through 5, and I know it's a few weeks away still, but I hope that you're planning to come by Blue Mountain Television's booth while you're at the fair. And we're so excited that the fair is actually happening this year and that we're going to be there once again with our Blue Mountain Television booth. It's a great chance for us to connect with you, to meet you if we haven't met you before, and to be able to talk about the blessing that Blue Mountain Television is for our community and in your life. So do come by, say hi to us at the fair, and we are really, really looking forward to connecting with some of the members of our community during this good event, September 1 through 5. Also, we wanted to let you know that we're working on our Roku channel. Those of you who have accessed Blue Mountain Television through Roku in the past know that we've been having a lot of issues with it. So we're very delighted to let you know that we've been meeting with our Roku developers, and just this last week we made a lot of progress and are now in the very last stages of getting the Roku channel working well again. And we're not exactly sure yet at this point whether it will remain the same channel or whether we'll have a new channel, but either way, it's going to work great, and we will definitely keep you informed about how you can find us on Roku. So just so happy for that update and this progress that we've been able to make. Also, we continue to work toward moving to our new facility. And that reminds me that it's just a good time to remind you that all of the progress that we make with our move to the new facility and all the work that we do regularly at the station, operating the station day by day, is thanks to your gifts to the station. We are 100% viewer supported, and so we really, really need to hear from you. The summer months are sometimes a little slimmer with gifts coming in, so it would be a great time to send along an extra gift, an extra boost for the ministry. And even more important is your prayers and your commitment to praying for the work of Blue Mountain Television. We are trying to let people know that God loves them and that He has a beautiful character of love and that He is planning an eternal future for all of us living with Him. And the more that we can share the good news with our community, the happier we are at Blue Mountain Television. And I know that you really believe in this as well, and that's why you're watching and why you support Blue Mountain Broadcasting Association. So thank you to you for what you are doing. And now I have a special treat for you. Just a little bit ago, I was talking with Eliana and Hannah from the Rejoice Trio, and they were mentioning that they have made a music video of the song, How Great Thou Art. And right now, it is our privilege to share that video with you as we close out the program. Enjoy.